What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I hope everybody's having a great weekend. I know I am. Finally gotten some time to get back out here after putting the wall in. Yes, this area here used to be the garage door. As you can see, it's no longer the garage door. Yes, the obvious is the paint color is different. Reason being, I had used all the blue. I did not feel like going back out and spending more money on more paint when I had this color paint that was matched up for the outdoor side, because that's the color of the siding. So that's what we did here, which I'm okay with. We'll put a backdrop up and everything, so I'm not really worried about that. I had a budget this time around for all of this. I really truly wanted an outswing door, but between budget and time restraints, for the delivery of that door, it was going to be almost in the end of November, which we're in November now. But this wall and the door went up probably about 2.5 weeks ago. So, and plus the outswing door just was not in the budget. So I went with an in-swing door, left-hand in-swing, which I'm extremely happy with. The way it's going to work out, I'll show you guys and gals real quick. So you open it up. There will be a door stop right here, which I'm going to probably just make out of a 2x4 cut to height, and then put a little bit of foam padding behind it, so when it opens up, the little dude can't shove it. He's already kind of shoved it back into here and dented up the door a little bit. But so, and then of course this section here will be the lift out section. Now the way that's going to work is when the door opens up, it's going to come out. It's a 36-inch door. I wanted to go with the widest door possible because, unfortunately, I do store some of my son's toys in here, and I want to make sure I can get them in and out. So that's why I went with that. So when it opens up between the peninsula and this aisle, I'll have plenty of room to walk through when it's shut, but when it's opened, not so much. So when I come in, of course, I'll have to close the door, but that's not a big deal. Things that I've noticed right off the bat. The insects and the little critters that I was getting in here with the garage door are no longer in here, which is great. And the dust is almost completely gone. The only dust that's around here now is from when I'm cutting or whatnot, so that's great. And on top of that, it stays so much warmer in here. As you can see, right up in here, I still have to do the installation. Not a big deal. I'll get that done probably in the next couple days. But, so anyway, I'm starting to ramble. Nobody likes that. But as you can see, I got this new section up here. I've still got to put up one of the braces, which I'm getting ready to do now. I have a couple of scraps here that this piece here was actually used for the older layout that was on that side of the shed when the bike was over in this side. So that's why the old road bed's still there, just haven't taken it off yet. But what I wanted to do is when I was doing this, I wanted to make sure that everything lined up, and this was at the, this section is actually higher than this section, which with the rise, that's the way I planned it to be. So it actually worked out pretty good there. So I've got a couple more pieces of risers to put in here to make the radius. And then when I get over here, this is going to continue the climb. Even the lift out will have a climb to it. Once that happens, I will go on across around the workbench and over to the next section, which will be a leveled section. The reason being, that's where the big yard is going to be. That's going to give me the longest area that I'm comfortable with using. So that's why I'm putting the yard there. Then once the train exits out of the yard, it will gradually start to make the climb up again, and then come back around and go back towards the wall. Once it gets back there, it will be up high enough for the second level, and then of course the second level will be right up in here, and that same thing. It'll go around, and it will actually come around the peninsula too, and then it will go through the backdrop in the peninsula on a reverse loop to go back down, which is going to be really awesome. So anyway, I'm rambling. I hate to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of construction video. So that process I'm going to probably speed up a little bit, and then when I get to somewhere, whether I make a mistake or I'm doing something different, I will slow it back down, and then we'll talk about that. But let me make sure the camera angle's right, and we will go from there. Okay, great. Looks like everything's good. Alright guys, as you can see what I got in now, that's right above the workbench. And it's pretty solid for 1x2 construction. I mean, it is not going nowhere. So that's where it'll end. And as you can see, I left everything so I can still get to the knob. However, when I'm in here, there will actually be a sign outside letting people know what's going on. And what I mean by that, there'll be whether it's a light on or if it's just some type of a symbol. That way, anybody that's trying to come in knows, hey, the door's locked. Knock before you come in. So basically what will happen is the lift out section will start basically right in this area and only go out about 4 inches. And then it'll plug in to right here. So I can still get around and or just simply duck under. Sorry about the camera angles. And then do that. So that's that. Let me, as I'm tripping over stuff. So we got this in. And then, of course, if I need to put a 45 in there for the transition for the curve, I will. So this is the section I'm going to be working on next. Just because that needs to come down. And basically how this is going to be, and I'll show you guys. I'll stop the video here in a little bit. Or I'll start it up again, however you want to put it. And we'll discuss what we're doing. That's coming out, and then probably that back section is coming out as well, and that's just going to be raised up a little bit, and we'll go over all of that. But basically there's going to be a half wall right here, and that's going to be nailed right into or screwed right into that wall back there to give it more stability. And then there's going to be a bottom plate down there. So let me get this down. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. All right, and we're back. As you can see, the old peninsula is out. That section of wall over there is out. So what we're going to do now is build the new wall. Alright, as you can see, I got that section of benchwork out and the peninsula is completely out now. So what we're going to do next is we're going to build a half wall, probably about 60 inches high. That'll be for the first and second level. But I had to take out that section there so I could put this peninsula wall right up against the back wall there and make sure I have a good mounting surface and everything like that. So what we'll do is we'll jump a little further. I'm going to go ahead and start constructing the wall, and I will show you guys what I'm basically going to be doing. All right, talk soon. Welcome back. All right, guys, as you can see, got a little bit more done. I got half of the wall in, 60 inches tall, and we'll kind of go over exactly what we're looking at here in a minute. Everything on this wall is just a mock-up for right now. So as you can kind of see, now this is, like I say, it's just a mock-up. This isn't level. This isn't even exactly the piece that's going here. I just wanted to give you guys an idea. So basically what'll happen is be a nice curve, comes around, comes back down, comes like this, and fans out and comes back around, makes a good, probably a good 30-inch radius right there. So that'll be my tightest point right in there. But it still leaves me with about 2 feet of aisle space, and I'm completely happy with that. Roughly 2 feet. So then it would come back in, snake back down, and then this section over here will probably be a little bit skinnier. So this will probably be more of 16 to 18 inches in width, and this over here is only going to be 12 inches. So it comes out to be right here. And then what I did here is just to kind of give you guys an idea. So this would be the transition of levels. Now, of course, there's another level down here. that's going to climb up, turn the transition, and then I've got my 16-inch mark, and then I've got my 18. I'm going to try for 18, but if the grade doesn't work out, then I will end up going with a 16. But I've got this entire wall now that I can use to make my climb a little bit more. So if I'm climbing and I get to 18 right here, that magical number, then that will go around, come around, go over above the air condition, and then come back around. Now where that piece is, that'll come around, and that's a little higher than 18, but that would come around, follow the peninsula, and then let's make believe this is the reversing loop. So basically what would happen is the locomotive would come down here, and then it would actually go in through this way. I just, like I said, mocked up what I had, a couple of old pieces of wood, and so then it would come in this way, it'd come back around, and then it would rejoin and then start to descend back down and around. And then the upper reverse loop is going to be right here. So the train would come around, come up here, come through here, and then it'll come up, and then it'll connect over here, which will start the grade upwards. So even though this is a little bit higher right now, it'll be actually about 2 inches higher. So this would probably be the steepest part of the grade right here. And like I said, this section here is definitely going to be moving. I'm going to redo that. This section here will stay. I'll just need to take the foam board and the plywood off, and then put my riser sections up for that. So basically, in hindsight, this will be a continuous loop. But I just kind of wanted to give everybody an idea of how it's going to play out. And this is very sturdy. Yes, I can move it right now because I haven't finished with this section. Basically, it's going to come out to about right where that cord is. And then since I've got those two beams there, I'll probably run a runner up and then just secure to keep it. But, I mean, it's not going anywhere. But, so that's how it's going to kind of look. So, if you will, just kind of imagine the first level and then the second level. And basically, the room is going to act as one big helix. I'm using a lot of the materials I have left over. So, as you can see, I've got all 2x4s except for the 1x4 up there. Let me get the finger right. And that's just because I had that left over. And then I've got another one down there that I'm going to use for this section that comes out. So that wall will actually come out to, let's see, I've got a mark right there. If you can see it, I don't know if you can, that red mark there, that's where the door opens. So roughly right about there, and that's a little over 2 feet. So I'll have adequate enough space. The little guy will have enough space to run back and forth and do what he wants to do. And so then, of course, this section here will have a backdrop. All this will be a backdrop, and then I'll have the openings. And like I said, do away with this. Just make believe that's a foot farther that way, and then going around that way. Just to kind of give everybody an idea of what I'm doing. And then, of course, this section here will be, let's see, there'll be a section here, and it will kind of gradually go around and then join up to there. So that's kind of where we're at with everything. I know this is probably going to be a little bit of a lengthy video update or a construction update, but at least you guys are up to speed of what we're doing. So thank you guys and gals for watching. Until next time.